You're finishing a shift at a historic hotel bar by yourself. Closing up solo has become a normal part of your job, but tonight, things feel different, a little off. Unexpectedly, you hear a door slam in the distance. It's an hour past closing, so no one should be in this part of the building. But when you go to investigate, you encounter a woman sitting and reading. Or wait, is she just a torso and a head? This is the story of the Publick House Inn. Welcome to Ghost Binkers. Hello, Junior Binkers. I'm Trev, and I really badly would love to believe in ghosts. And with me is Killian.
Hey, ghosts aren't real. Do you think the ghost fills off the opener check sheet? Where you have to when you close up, you gotta sweep the floors and check it off.
I think the ghost is slacking.
If
I'm being honest.
The headless torso woman never takes out the trash.
Yeah,
she leaves it in
that's
the
my
back near
complaint.
the door.
I hate working with her. And with us today is Hannah.
Hello.
Hannah, I've been actually behind your back calling you Hannah, our number one fanna.
Great, thank you.
Because you've been very supportive of us, and we really appreciate it. And
I have not called you that for the record.
and
Killian doesn't think I'm supportive, so.
I just would never call someone by a name that sounds like their name, but is merged with another word. That's crazy.
it's like that song, like Hannah, number one fan.
Name game.
Yeah. You've never been called Killian, Ilian, Billy Bo Billion or whatever?
Do you think someone's called me that?
And also with us
at the social security office or something? Where would I get called that?
And also with us is Can, but he's sleeping right now.
Thank
so
God.
Fully slumped.
he's just here to support us emotionally.
I've been shooting Can with a blow dart every day when I come in just to make sure he stays out for the whole episode.
Together we are the Ghost Binkers, and on this podcast we explore real life spooky stories and joke the spooky credibility out of them just to do a little light binking, so to speak.
Yeah, I never interrupt your read of the mission statement of the show.
Yeah. Also, our screen just
Did your
turned
fucking
off
screen die? Dude, it's so crazy.
I'm so sick and tired
You
of
are
being
so
sick and
bad
tired
at the
of the screen.
Is it OBS or something that fucks with it, you think?
No.
Are you using something like
I'm
that
using
would fuck with it?
Space Desk.
Okay.
And I will admit, the little how it's made. I jumped through 100 hoops to get this computer to be able to mirror to that Amazon Alexa. And I'm glad it didn't actually go off.
You could definitely go to Goodwill and get a monitor.
At this point, I'm
10-year-old monitor and
like
just put
this
an
close.
HDMI in it.
I'm this
feel
close. I'm ready to get a projector. I'll just project whatever I'm doing onto behind me or something.
I would like to do shadow puppets over the. You're telling a spooky story. I'm doing the dog one.
Yeah. I lost my train of thought with the Space Desk monitor thing, but today's episode is about the Publick House. It's in Sturbridge, Massachusetts. And Hannah, you actually have had personal experience at the Publick House working there.
Yes.
Was something else in Sturbridge? Did we do a different?
It's next to Old Sturbridge Village, if that
Sturbridge
helps.
Village
was
is
that
in
hotel
Sturbridge.
in Sturbridge?
I don't think so. The Red Lion Inn? Oh,
Yeah.
you're thinking of Stockbridge.
Fuck. God damn it.
Another Massachusetts town.
All right, Massachusetts.
Pretty much the opposite side of the state, though.
Obviously.
But
if they were close enough, people would confuse them like I did.
But I understand a lot of Massachusetts towns sound similar. So
Oh, hold on. They both start with
Stockbridge and
ST.
Sturbridge,
They
yeah.
both start with ST and have bridge in them. They don't
No, that's-
sound similar. Fuck you, man. They're pretty similar.
I'm agreeing with you.
You said it like I was ridiculous. And a fool would think they sounded like, yes.
You know,
They're
some
pretty
people
similar.
who are a little bit less Massachusetts inclined
This is
might not
ridiculous.
understand the difference. But
This is an assault on my freedom.
so, yeah, Hannah, I have your email actually pulled up here.
All
so
right.
I was thinking maybe I would read your email, or if you want to read your email, but I'll give it a crack first.
Okay.
I've been practicing a Hannah impression.
Oh, great. Is this Hannah or Hannah the Fana?
Both. I used to work at the...
Hey, guys. Hannah here.
I used to work at the PH, closing the bar or catering weddings.
Oh, shit. You got a little slang for it?
Yeah. So I've spent a lot of late nights in the building. I'm actually just going to paraphrase.
Great. Okay.
Or if you want to just kind of rehash your story with the Publick House, you could do that too.
Well, I worked there for 4 years and catered a lot of weddings. I was there every weekend, essentially, all through college. And the PH is really old. It was built in 1771. That is something that we had to tell every guest that walked in the door, essentially.
So they're like, oh, this building's pretty old, and you're like, actually, it's from 1771.
It is the second oldest inn in New England by 1 year.
Okay.
Wow, that's rough. That's tough.
I think that's something to be proud of.
No, you're just old and bad at that point. You were a year away from greatness.
I did look up their rating on TripAdvisor.
Did you look up the oldest hotel?
No.
What the real one is? Because I want to know now. Now, all I can think.
To my point. There's the question I wasn't prepared for.
To my point, all I can think about is what hotel's the oldest one.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't find it either, so I'm just gonna have to give up on.
You can read the Gemini summary and just make it up. You know?
Okay, all right. I'll read the Gemini summary and make it up. Oh, there isn't one.
The oldest inn is the Holiday Inn in Swansea. It's just there's no clue. It's just guessing random shit.
The Wayside Inn, founded in 1716.
That's so much older.
Yeah.
Is that in the same area? Like in New England?
This feels like this is in like fucking New York. I guess New England. I was like, there's no way there wasn't a
It's
fucking
in
tobacco inn
Massachusetts,
and fucking.
but they keep saying being named a Massachusetts historic landmark, but they're not saying what town it's in.
There also might be some qualifiers operating. You know,
like
this inn's older, but it's
has never
stopping an
closed.
inn. Exactly, some bullshit.
That's fair. Yeah, the most continuously open, longest history.
It's like when a baseball player, like he has the most home runs for a player between the ages of 25 and 30 who started first base for his team 3 out of the 5 years and never played more than 60 innings at one position. You're like, okay, he's a guy. He's a regular guy, I guess.
So also, one of the things you mentioned, Hannah, was that the managers would claim to like see ghosts and stuff.
Yes. So managers were there probably the longest. So they're from early in the morning. First call might be 6, 7 a.m. and they're there last until like 2, 3 a.m. So they're there all day. And a lot of times when like the managers of the dining rooms would be cashing people out and you have to wait until the last server is ready to be cashed out. And those are the people that were seeing things. But also it is 2 or 3 a.m.
Like
they have been there for 12 hours.
They're
like, this is Emma Lou. Emma Lou hates when you don't fill out your punch cards, and she'll haunt you if you don't fill out your punch card for being late.
But also they're in a room that's like surrounded by portraits of like old colonial people.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah.
So they're just like taking it in, and I'm not binking.
I appreciate the pre-bink.
I
appreciate the early binking.
I'm not binking here.
That's what we call a light jab in the banking world. Setting you up for a big bink.
Just a little left jab.
This is
there.
like in 2 hours, Hannah's gonna be like, oh yeah, also there's a guy whose job is to run around at 2 a.m. and pretend to be a ghost. And sometimes you forget he's there. Like,
yeah, sometimes he just surprises me.
This is like when we get in an hour and a half in the catfish restaurant and they're like, oh, also they hung bats from the ceiling. The plastic bats are hanging everywhere.
One of the other things that you mentioned was like, was this like specifically like a bridal type plate? Like,
so it operates as, it has 2 dining rooms, a bakery, a bar, and it also is a wedding venue with multiple rooms.
That's a bunch of shit.
So it has, that's why I included all the pictures because there's a lot of rooms.
I would bring them up, but the screen is really giving me trouble.
Genuinely frustrating me now. I didn't even care about the screen, and now I'm like, okay, I want to see the pictures. And we take a 5-minute break and get the silk working again.
Can you just click that connect button?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh. We got pictures.
Wow, we got
pictures.
It took 10 seconds.
So that is Ebenezer's Tavern. That is one of the dining rooms. So you can see that it's very old, basically.
I love kitschy old dining rooms.
Yeah, super old. Basically, all the clientele is very old unless you're getting married, and that's where all of the young people come in.
Right.
So managers are dealing with old people all day. You're seeing all this kind of creepy stuff that's also very old.
Old people are pre-ghosts, that's what I call them.
Yeah, well, they've been around a while. They've seen some stuff. But the guests,
Emma Lou before she became a ghost who hates punch cards. She was racist just like me back then. Some 90-year-old woman. Like, all right, pay your check and leave, please.
And the bridal suite that I had mentioned that email is one of the rooms that's considered the most haunted. It's also the most isolated.
Oh, okay.
So the main dining room is on the 2nd floor, and then you go up 2 more floors to hit the bridal suite. I do have a video to show you, but it is on Facebook. So that's why I didn't send it, because I didn't know how against Facebook you were.
Well, we are on every social media platform except for Facebook because we hate Facebook. But I'm not like
I think we're just too lazy to
anti-Facebook.
sign
It
up.
is a Facebook
work.
reel too, so it's even worse.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the ballroom, which is supposed to be the most haunted, and then above that is the
You are
bridal
launching
suite.
through these pictures, by the way.
Yes, he
You are
is.
zipping through them.
Well, I didn't.
Was the first picture, were those chairs or were those hundreds of bicycle tires? It just looked like
This
I
is
always
the
thought it
main
was
dining
spokes.
room at night, which is the one where they see the Colonel Ebeneezer Crafts.
I'm gonna give an early call out here to how much like black indecipherable shapes there are in this image, which is well lit already. Like,
Well, this is at night, so this is like the lighting is not amazing,
that's
and
at
everything
night?
is wood.
but like if it's dark and you're seeing like a third of that detail wise, like
Yeah.
I think a lot of ghosts are like rooms that are weirdly laid out, and you just like there's just shit on the walls that shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
I feel like half the time I think there's a ghost in my life, it's been my hair just like tickling my head. See, because I have bad eyesight, so it just looked like bicycle tires. But I think it's the spokes of the chairs because they're like old style chairs.
It is. I will. I'll find a way for the Junior Binkers to.
Can you see it on your
these in
screen
the-
as well?
No.
Okay, this is got to be one of the worst setups of all time. This is such a small screen.
Yeah,
Can
it's
you
really-
see it at all?
Kind
Visually, okay. These are high. These are like high quality images, so they're like detail packed.
Yeah. For the Junior Binkers, we will have these pictures in the Ghouly Bites.
Start giving them AI alt text. There's a room. There are 13 chairs.
There's wood everywhere.
Sitting there counting it for Gemini to understand.
So also, Hannah, you mentioned Ebeneezer, who, from what you told me and from my own research, he is the ghost or one of the ghosts
Allegedly,
that shows up
yes.
there. And apparently the tavern is named after him.
Yeah, he created it in the late 1700s, and he used to house a lot of Revolutionary soldiers there.
Shout out to my boy
So,
Ebeneezer.
yeah,
Doing
that is
good
his
work.
claim to fame.
We've got a lot of like revolutionary people turning into ghosts.
In Massachusetts, no way.
Yeah,
The
well,
conquered guy who got shot as a ghost.
Fair
now.
enough.
I also like. It's better than some fucking redcoat being a ghost. First of all,
there's
some
gotta
guy who's
be-
like, did King George win yet? I hope he's the president now. And you're like, shut up, Ebeneezer, you fuck. You know, at least he's a good guy. I do like when the ghost has an actual identity that makes sense. Because sometimes they'll be like, this is Sarah, and you're like, why? And they're like, that's just the name.
Because she
That's
got
the
really
great
sad here
Yeah.
once.
And you're like,
Yeah.
Very
you're like, oh,
emotionally charged.
Did she die? And they're like, no, she died in 30 years from now in Miami.
well,
Like,
she-
okay.
Peaceful
okay.
death, too.
Yeah.
But
She's
she-
drunk near a pool.
She
All right.
left a Horcrux of herself in the room, and that's why when she died, she was in a ghostable state.
Yeah.
and then the Horcrux brought her there.
Yeah.
I'm slowly figuring out how this ghost stuff
You know,
works.
I don't think that woman invented the concept of putting a piece of your soul in things to be evil. So we can pick a different word. So just
but-
saying Horcrux all
Like
the
a
time.
talisman.
Yeah, a talisman.
Okay, I see. I didn't know that's what a talisman was. That's good to know.
That's because you only read one book. So
I played RuneScape. They had talismans in that.
wow.
So, Hannah, I'm going to read this part of your email because this is a spooky occurrence that people would have. You talked about the suite on the third floor, and there's only one staircase. There was a heavy metal fire door at the top of the stairs, and we had multiple guests experience the fire door slamming shut on its own in the middle of the night, even though it is held securely open by a chain. So,
I have an idea about this one.
what's that?
I think it just slipped off the chain.
But then they go to check, and it's open.
Oh, then they're just dumb people. Maybe.
See, that
I will
one-
say that, like,
that's a slamming of ghost doors.
one of the tough things with doors is that, like, if you sit in your home and try and distinguish a loud sound, the chance of you knowing what it is are like 1 in a million. And you know what's in your house.
It's
But
usually
I'll
the cat.
be like,
It is
Terry
usually
just
the
died
cat.
upstairs. And I'll get there and she's like, oh, I dropped a book from a 1 inch of height. I'm like, oh, it sounded like you got shot in the head by a shotgun at full ball. Like, it's difficult to, and especially if it's like 3 a.m. and you wake up and you knock something off your hotel nightstand out on the floor and you're like, you know, also, why are they sleeping near an open door?
Well, it's like
It's outside. So there's like a little hallway at the top of the stairs that goes to the bridal suite, and the fire door is between the top of the stairs and the actual door to the suite.
Okay.
it sounds like one
A
of the
safety
dorms.
hazard.
No, it sounds like a
Well,
dorm
yes.
at UMass Dartmouth.
It does sound like a dorm, a safety hazard. And also, I forgot that when I asked that question, I can't like.
Oh,
visualize
you have a
spaces.
hard time
I have trouble with
conceptual-
stuff like that, and so I heard it. I was like, "Wow, that's a lot of doors. That's a couple suites." I do think it's cool. I like when I like when the ghost could sort of serve as an explanation for behavior. They're like, yeah, the possession ghost goes to the bride's room, and that's why she's such a fucking bitch on her wedding day. You know what I mean? Like, I do like the idea of it being like, yeah, the ghost will, she'll make your wife act a little crazy on the wedding day.
Here's some other things, though. Brides have reported strange sounds happening at night, a lot having to do with water, or the radio in the room turning on unexpectedly. On multiple occasions, when the room was empty, 911 calls were placed from inside the empty room. I like the idea of like a ghost realizing they're a ghost, and then they're like, "Holy fuck, I'm dead!
Emergency.
I got murdered! Help! 911!"
I also like what like. I don't even understand that one. Conceptually, the cop shows up and they're like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "I don't know."
The ghost again.
The cop's like, "Are you kidding me?"
Did that ever happen when you were there, Hannah? Like, did the cops just like randomly show up and they're like, "We got another 911 call"?
Not on a day that I was there because I had already left, but
okay.
I had colleagues that were on shift at the time.
Oh,
I sort of wonder, and I'm not calling into question what you just said, but like this thing happens sometimes where it's like, you're like, oh, my colleague was on shift. And then you find out that like, actually your colleague wasn't on shift. It was someone they knew. And like, there's like this weird drift that happens at workplaces where you're like, oh, this
taking
person
the story
did this
for themselves.
And all of a sudden, yeah, it's like, you're actually like, you're like 6 deep and you're like, wait, did any of us do this? Did this happen to any one of us?
I will say
but usually it's about like stealing money from the register or whatever.
With the story thing though, like the amount of times that someone has told me a story that I've told them as if they experienced it,
sometimes like you just do it because it's more convenient than explaining the connections.
That's fair.
And then or sometimes you're like Joe Rogan and you're like, they're making kids trans with litter boxes in school. My friend's who's a teacher, and you're like, what's her name? He's like, well, actually, I saw it on Facebook.com under an AI picture of a kid using a litter box or something, you know, whatever.
And we hate Facebook.
And a teacher with blue hair crying while she's being arrested by Trump or something, you know, whatever.
I feel like you just mixed up so many crazy stories that have made headlines, the JoJo Siwa litter box thing and the frogs being gay.
I'm going full force.
You just mashed them all into one.
So, Hannah, you sent me an article, and I really appreciate that because it also seems kind of hard to find information on the Publick House and their haunted stuff.
And the article was written by actual ghost hunters.
Yeah. So I have it here.
Hell yeah.
It is on the Telegram and Gazette, which I think we did a Telegram episode recently.
These at least sound like actual like newspapers or something.
Yeah.
Or like actual ways of conveying information. So,
and it is written by Craig S. Simon.
Okay. Whatever. I'm going to assume he has a normal name and you can't read. Is what I'm going to do. I'm going to power through that one.
I'm going to spell it out for you, and you tell me how to pronounce it.
If Craig is not spelled how I think it is, I'm leaving the show.
Craig is normal.
Craig is not the problem.
If you say a Y or an E, I'm abandoning the show.
S.
S to start Craig?
No. Craig is normal.
Yeah.
Then S is his middle name. His last name, S. E. M. O. N.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is the tricky one. It is one of those things where maybe in another language it's like very clear how to say it, but in English it gives you no clues as to pronunciation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What if you said it like the fucking Applejacks Jamaican? Hey, Craig Simon. That's pretty good.
Craig, yeah, Simon.
Yes.
We're gonna jump right into that article, and I do also want to give one final disclaimer before we start. Buckle up, because that is the beginning of strange names.
I don't know why you were so comfortable saying buckle up also. It's like a little wild.
Buckle up.
Buckle up, kids.
And this starts with a direct quote from our protagonist.
Oscar Wilde.
The protagonist of it.
I'm gonna get married here in 2 months, so are you going to be harassing me all night?
Asks Lauren E. Neslucin as she sits in the dark confines of room 40 at the Publick House.
Is she the princess from Final Fantasy 15? What the fuck?
So this is the bridal suite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in the hotbed right now. And she's, I assume, asking a ghost and not
The spooky zone,
not
yes.
like her husband's brother.
But like, this feels a little wishful thinking. Like, are you gonna be harassing me all night? I'm getting married soon, but I'm not married yet.
Oh, you think
She's asking for it without asking for it.
this is where
Did you see what she was wearing?
You pull up a picture of Ebeneezer and he's like beautiful and yoked. You know?
And then it goes back to her.
I'm going to be here all day and all night. Just don't ruin my dress or my hair.
I read my own comment in the narrative.
Unbelievable.
This article uses a lot of last names and it calls them Mr. and Miss. And I don't particularly enjoy that
like that at all.
because saying Miss Neslucin is very challenging.
Mrs. Lucen. Yeah. It does sound also like a medication you take for like nasal congestion.
Yeah. Are you having a hard time breathing? Take I can't even say it.
I sometimes on like support tickets at a job I've had, people will be like, I spoke with Mrs. Kerrigan and she was very mean. And I was like, yeah, baby. I'm a girl and I'm mean in this world. This is awesome. I'm just like a domineering woman in their life. They have no idea. There's rules.
I mean, I guess that's a pretty high compliment.
I think it's awesome.
So Lauren is a paranormal investigator. She's the director and founder of Quiet Corner Paranormal.
Wait, who? Lauren? This is a new person?
Lauren,
This is the bride.
Lauren E. Neslucin.
This is the bride?
Lauren E. Neslucin.
You were gonna bury that fact as just the coincidence of the article?
Oh yeah, I guess I never really said. Oh no, the first quote was, "I'm gonna get married here in 2 months."
No. I thought we were doing like a literary device.
Oh no,
the bride is a paranormal investigator. Is that what's
Yes,
happening?
yeah.
That's fucking wild, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that makes sense if you're like a paranormal investigator. You go get married at a haunted wedding place.
Yeah.
But still, now this whole thing is
it changes everything.
It's a whole different light for me.
yeah.
The business will interest the Lauren.
She owns
She's like, be a real shame if I got haunted on my wedding day.
She owns Quiet Corner Paranormal, which is in Killingly, Connecticut.
One of those signs I drive by and read. I'm like, dumb fucking
But
name.
I did a little research on them because I was expecting questions on this. They are no longer in business. Their last activity that I could find was on Facebook. We hate Facebook. On 2019.
Oh, I was like COVID.
The ghost got her.
Yeah.
The ghost. Oh my
Yeah.
God! Yeah, the ghost got her before COVID could.
She's like murder and the cops see her blood written Ebeneezer, and they're like, no one lives here like that. No one's got that name in this town.
So I tried. Their website is down. I tried going on archive.org. It did not.
No Wayback Machine luck.
It didn't like archive that page specifically.
Yeah. The Wayback Machine was like, I'm not bothering.
Probably a small web page, you know. So Lauren and her team, quote, took refuge in the shadowy bowels of the famed historic inn. Craig, great detail.
Look,
great detail.
I appreciate the flourish, but like
But
you're
also,
describing rooms.
It's very dark. It's very large inside, so you can't just go like in the front door and take like you have to go
you
through
have
the
to, like-
building to get up there.
Oh.
Like from the parking lot, it could take like 10 to 15 minutes to get to the room.
Oh wow.
If you're there to
Yeah.
get married, you're not seeking refuge. Here's your fucking you paid.
She's seeking trouble.
Yeah, you paid $800 a night to just to have the opportunity to look at the refuge you're seeking. You know, 23 grand to take refuge with 50 guests. You know, I don't know.
That is very interesting insight, though. I know you said that in the email too, but like just thinking of how it must take 15 minutes to get there, like it's got to be super
Old
windy
buildings are
and
like,
like yeah.
They didn't understand the idea of like maybe I don't want to go through all the rooms to get to the room I want. Because they were like, I'll do the same thing every day because it's 1781. You carry the butter into the kitchen and then you move into the and like the idea of like, what if I have to go to the bathroom really bad? Never occurred to them apparently.
I think they just had a little chamber pot or something
bucket.
that they would take
Little
with them.
bucket.
And I have to go to the bathroom, but in case I don't make it, can I just take the chamber pot with me?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what the vibe was.
I think the empty Mountain Dew bottle in a teenage boy's bedroom is kind of the modern chamber pot.
I
That
guess
was
you're
awful.
You know, Call of Duty's running late, and you're like, chamber pot.
Don't
here I
mix
go.
up your Mountain Dew
Yeah,
bottles.
ripping it into an old can of voltage you were supposed to throw out months ago.
So they took refuge in the historic inn, which, as Hannah stated, was founded by Colonel Ebeneezer Crafts in 1771.
Is he like an actual war colonel, or was he awarded that after? You know,
That's another question that I.
I'm
was
always
not
interested in
prepared
the historical
for.
fact of the matter.
There's like only one very short wiki article about him.
Yeah, I couldn't find much about him. It does seem like he actually. Nope. Yeah, no information on his.
Okay. Email the Army's historical database guy and ask him if he knows.
Yeah, I'll get back to you.
Anytime
in
you mention an
6 to
Army
7
rank, just assume I'm
business
going to
days.
ask for details
That's
about it.
okay. That's good to know. Noted. So Lauren goes on to say.
The ballroom is supposed to be haunted by an apparition of a gentleman in colonial garb. We believe the man in colonial garb they see is Ebeneezer Crafts, the builder of the inn. Up the stairs is the most haunted room, room 40. which is the bridal suite. People have heard footsteps up there.
As we hear footsteps upstairs,
Yeah.
that's pretty spooky.
Must be a ghoul.
They hear whispers, and several people have asked to change rooms.
So, you know,
No, bitch,
I
you're
would,
the
I would be
bride.
one of
You
those-
don't get a
I-
choice. What do you mean?
I mean, it does.
That's the bride room, brother.
I was gonna say it does kind of suck if you're like in the bridal suite and you're like, this is a little too creepy for me. I'm out.
I guess actually, now that I've said it out loud, the bride can kick anybody out she wants.
Yeah,
You got to get out
Except
of
for
that room.
apparently Ebeneezer.
Yep.
He's gonna be there whether you want him or not.
Well, also, I don't think Lauren wants him gone. I think Lauren wants to write this article. Yeah.
I mean, it seems like she doesn't want him gone for a different reason.
I like that you think she's like down bad for Ebeneezer.
I don't know. I just those first two sentences she said.
And when you looked him up, did you see a picture?
Yeah, he's kind of fine as fuck.
Is he really? I joked about that earlier, but is he
No,
actually?
no, he's not.
Oh, he's busted. Yeah. Well, you know, women are attracted to like Tony Soprano. and
Here,
stuff.
I'm not even gonna bother with the fucking thing anymore. Just
Oh,
yeah.
that's kind of like the Quaker Oats guy.
Yeah,
He
he
does
sort of
look
looks
like
like
a
a
Quaker Oats
whenever
guy.
you look up like a composer from before 1900.
yeah.
You're like, oh, who's this little chubby German boy? What's he doing?
So that's Ebeneezer, and
Wow, look at Ebenezer's on the screen. It's beautiful.
so Publick House's general manager Michael J. Glick said he has heard reports
All right.
from some of his staff as well as guests of strange otherworldly occurrences.
Did you work for Mike? Glick?
did.
You literally did?
I did. I knew
Hannah
Michael Glick.
personally knows Mike.
Did you make fun of his last name for being ridiculous?
I didn't run into him too much. He was like the big man.
He's the head honcho.
Like, yeah.
Wow.
Does he go by Mikey G?
No, he goes by Glicky.
Mr. Glick. That is
Glick.
it. Yep.
According to the article, it's Mr. Glick. According
Gluck.
to me, that's not happening.
Glick Gluck.
The guests describe an apparition of a gentleman with a big, tall hat residing outside of room 40, as well as doors opening and shutting at will and the sound of breaking glass.
You remember how I've talked before about how I think that there's some like historical drift in a lot of these, and I feel like we've like someone heard colonial and then they're dumb and they're like Abraham Lincoln, and they're like big hat, and like then they're like the ghost had a big hat, and I just feel like it's like
That's
whatever people remember about a time period they have like very limited knowledge of.
I'm not gonna lie, I definitely don't think of hats when I think of the 1700s. I think of powdered wigs. I think
And not-
powdered
not
wigs were
tall-
the hats of the 1700s.
Not tall hats. Also, you think of those like bifold, like,
Yeah,
those
yeah.
like folded caps, like George
Yeah,
Washington
a
style.
colonel hat.
Yeah. Captain Crunch is actually who I think of.
They have like creamsicle flavored Captain Crunch that I saw at the store the other day.
I'm out.
and I didn't buy it because I'm like an adult. But
Like
I
limited edition, or
yeah, I can't stop
here to
thinking
stay.
I can't. There's no way it's here to stay.
It's not gonna be here to
That's
stay.
not it. That's not a here to stay flavor. But I just can't stop thinking about it now.
You know what, Killian, if you're good on this episode, maybe we can go get some Captain
Let's
Crunch after.
We just loudly eat it into the microphone. next.
So Mikey G says oh wait, actually Hannah, I have a question. Have you ever heard him talk before?
Yes.
Oh, is his voice ridiculous?
What
That'd
is
be so
does
sick.
he have a high pitched voice? Is it a low pitched voice? Does he have an accent?
He's just a guy. If
Okay,
you look
he's
him up,
just-
he is just like any 50-year-old white guy.
Okay, all right, I can do that. I can do
Yeah.
that. 3 guests were in these front room. Hold on,
Let me be clear. 3 guests were here.
It's a little
White
Obama. White guy.
Yeah, 3 guests were here.
Hello. Well, hello. Hey, how's it going? It's still Obama.
You just keep doing Obama
hey.
more every time.
3 guests that were in these 3 front guest rooms all in the night got awoken by the sound of breaking glass and china. They actually left their rooms, went downstairs looking to see what was going on, and couldn't find anything. We joke about it and say, that's Ebenezer's ghost.
So Mike, not a believer.
He doesn't seem to be a believer. And Hannah, I remember you said he's kind of if I remember correctly, you called him and the next guy we're going to talk about, Total Killian.
Yes, I did.
Just not.
Kind of
Ghost,
feel,
absolutely
kind of feel
not.
bad for going hard at Mike earlier. If I had known the business. I do like that he owns the hotel and he's like, stop talking about the fucking ghosts. I have a beautiful
Whatever
property.
sells, right?
But that's the thing is he's like, no, I have a beautiful property. I don't need ghost
Put
bullshit.
some respect on the Publick House's name. Yeah.
So running to kick Lauren out when she's being ghosty. He's like, come on, enough.
Knock it off. So Don Fleming, Don D-O-N, not D-A-W-N.
Yeah, that's like a classic name.
Yeah.
I feel like any story can have a Don Fleming at any time.
Well, that's the
in
most
history.
normal name we've run into so far.
Because it's
He was not a normal guy.
no.
Oh.
Well, that's the thing is Don Fleming is never the normal guy in a story. It's always like, but like you could be watching a movie about disco, and there's going to be a Don Fleming in there. And he's going to be like the record guy who's too old and weird. Like, there's just always a Don Fleming.
Well, it's funny that you say that, Hannah, because reading his quote, I was like trying to think of what voice I would do for him.
Oh, it's me, Don Fleming.
I feel like I got it.
He's a bit older, hair longer than Killian's.
Yeah. Oh, no. You didn't have to tell me that.
Ponytail.
I know he's got long hair and a ponytail.
Oh, okay. That's not what I was expecting, but I think I can still capture the vibe.
Does he talk? You got to do like the Chuck Schumer. Hi, it's me, Don Fleming. My nose is going crazy from the pollen.
Don Fleming, a bartender in the tavern downstairs, recalls how 10 years ago on a full moon summer night, he glimpsed what he believes was Mehitable Chandler Crafts, the wife of the Publick House.
Excuse me?
What was her first name?
Mehitable.
What?
I had to look up how to pronounce that.
Mehitable?
Mehitable.
It sounds like she's.
It's spelled.
Like hit me?
Yeah,
like me hittable?
It feels like me hittable, but it's spelled.
That sounds like something Stephen A. Smith would call someone.
It is
LeBron is being Mehitable. He's Mehitable this weekend.
It is legitimately spelled me hittable.
That's crazy, man. That's a wild colonial name that I can't comprehend.
Yeah, we should bring that name back. Yeah. So she is the wife of the Publick House founder, and she was found in the Pineapple Room.
And also full moon. Good visibility.
On a full moon, yeah, good
Feels
visibility. Also, when the scary stuff happens.
This feels like someone let Don Fleming read the book about the hotel founding, and he was like, I got a story to tell about the old Mehitable.
Don was reading some Twilight fanfic that brought ghosts into the picture.
He's like, everybody talks about Ebeneezer, but nobody talks about Mehitable. I'm going to bring her out one time. Let people know about her.
So, this is my voice for Don. We used to do an inventory every Saturday night, and it's usually very late too. And the closing manager Kelly was sitting right here in the tavern, totaling up all the sheets. Nobody else is in the whole entire house. So I take my bank bag and I walk down here, and I see someone sitting there in the Pineapple Room. What the hell is Kelly doing?
I
in
love
there?
You. Really can tell that Don's kind of a freak. You can kind of from the way he's talking, you can kind of tell that he's like a little bit of a nut. Yeah. Also, I just realized how funny it would be if all these stories just start being like, yeah. At first, I thought it was just that fuck up Hannah dropping and breaking shit again, and they just gradually start mentioning more and more, and they just and we're like, oh, is it a different Hannah? And then they just start throwing your last name, and they just start making it very explicit.
Okay, it's 2 a.m. I'm tired. I'm seeing things, so I go back down to the tavern, and Kelly is still sitting back at the bar. So it wasn't Kelly I saw.
He did not mention how many drinks he's had while behind that bar. Also, he's like, 2 a.m. You might be 8 deep, Don.
I will say, a lot of people when they tell the ghost stories, they say, I was stone cold sober. Don did not say he was stone cold sober.
Don has never been able to say that in his life.
Don, who said, I really don't believe in that stuff, said he saw a young woman in a dark colored smock. Why are people constantly saying smock in
people
these
love
stories?
smocks,
A dark colored smock and a white bonnet sitting there just reading a book in the middle of the night. He thought it might be the woman in an old painting that he walked by 1,000 times at work, and an image just flashed into his mind due to fatigue. He momentarily convinced himself that had to be it. But the next day, under close examination, the woman in the painting that he always passes was nothing like the woman he saw.
It must have been a ghost then. It can't be that you know even less about the situation than you thought before. Are you kidding me? I like how, but that was told like it was gonna convince me more. Like,
Okay, to be fair, there's a lot of pictures.
I know.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's probably just that he saw a different painting and then was like, oh, I thought it was that one. And then 2 paintings down is the one he's thinking of. But like the idea that oh, my memory is horrible. Like I would have been like, that's more likely to be a ghost if it was the painting. I would have been like, oh yeah, wow.
I think I just probably would have left the painting part out and just been like, yeah, I saw a lady reading. That's what I saw. In a smock.
Well, you would have said smock
in a low cut smock.
Yeah.
A tight corset.
Describing the ghost heaving breasts.
We're gonna hear a little bit more from Don.
What celebrity was it who fucked the ghost?
What?
Anna Nicole Smith?
I think there was a TV show about it. Like multiple people have.
Was it Anna Nicole Smith who was like, I fucked a ghost one time? Type in Anna Nicole Smith fucked a ghost and see if it comes up.
7 celebrities claiming they had sexual encounters with ghosts. You know what? We're gonna cover that on a Ghost Binkers episode.
What Valentine's Day?
Perfect. I love it.
Instead of the Ghostbusters theme, instead of the Ghost Binkers theme, got that. Instead of the Ghost Binkers theme, you can play like Ghost Whisper or something.
I thought you were Ghost Busters, but it's just like people busting. Busting makes me feel. I can't. I gotta cut that.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna get a copyright strike. I was gonna do the Careless Whisper, but now we gotta cut that too.
Maybe I can do a remix of the two together.
Play everything we did all at the same time.
Yeah.
And so the AI can't pull it apart.
All right, so we're gonna hear from Dawn again.
Oh no.
So I go back down to the tavern and I walk in and stare at the picture. And I walk right to it and I'm thinking, that's not who I saw. The one I saw was younger, prettier. She had her head bowed. She has a book in her hand. So then I'm thinking, I'm losing my mind here.
I start ringing the people want to fuck the ghost bell again. Oh my god, dude, what is it with people wanting to fuck the ghosts?
Well, if she wasn't so pretty, maybe he wouldn't remember her.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it's like, oh my god, ghosts following women home.
He's spending an 8-hour shift staring at this painting. She's bad as fuck.
Well, but
he's gonna have a little fantasy about
So
her.
one, yeah, it sounds like he's been working this painting over for quite some time. But I just think so many people have talked about ghosts being scary, and then every single woman ghost is like gorgeous, apparently. It's like, come on, man. So
Yeah, how
maybe
can
Lizzie
you be
Borden's,
scared of that?
Lizzie Borden's mother, who was a shadow ball, but everyone else, they're like, yeah, she was so beautiful. She was reading. She's smart too. Like, come on, that is weird.
I actually found the painting of Mehitable in the crafts hall. That's who I saw.
Oh, so
in the painting, her head is bowed down, reading a book. I saw her. I saw her.
Our literal exact theory, which is that he remembered a different painting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
How far from the crafts hall is the pineapple room?
They're across the hallway from each other.
Oh, okay.
Unbelievable.
And honestly, I'm not trying to go to the pineapple
we need to get
room.
someone who works at every single location we do to ask these questions
I don't-
and immediately dispel all rumors of every ghost, because they'd be like, "There's no way to get there," and then you ask someone like, "Oh, you could just like walk over from one."
Like
to
a
the other."
minute, yeah.
That's so funny.
See, I see Mehitable, and I'm trying to go to the upside down pineapple room.
Oh, swingers. That's the swingers.
That's a
swingers do that for.
That's a
for
swingers joke.
All our Gen Z listeners.
I'm not a swinger, but
Swingers, they're your parents.
I'm
on
not
the
a swinger
weekends.
because I hardly know her.
Right.
So jumping back to Lauren and her team, they completed a sweep to make sure there was no electrical interference
Is she
from
getting
wires.
married? Lauren?
Yes, in 2 months.
And so she's doing a pre-ghost hunt.
I think she's trying to make sure there's no ghosts that are going to try to ruin her wedding. She wants to make sure they're all friendly. They're down with her getting married.
You're getting married during the day.
Or maybe if she finds a ghost that
She can
will
invite-
pay for her wedding.
Oh, I might try that one.
Honestly, there's so many uses for a ghost at your wedding. They could marry you. They could be like the actual pastor.
I'd be concerned
or-
that my husband would run off with the beautiful woman ghost.
She should be concerned.
That's what I'm saying. All these ghosts are described as like drop dead gorgeous. I wouldn't bring my husband. Maybe she's like, I can't bring my husband in here. What if he sees
Oh,
Mehitable?
yeah.
Oh,
What
that's
if-
Mehitable. And
Yeah,
he's
what if
like,
he
yeah,
sees-
I'd hit that.
What if he sees
yeah,
her like
I'd hit that.
her like delicate reading posture? When he gets sort of enthralled.
It's that bonnet.
Yeah.
Gotta know what's underneath.
The lace, the little lace like strings from
Did
the
you
bonnet.
look up Mehitable? Is there a picture of Mehitable?
They gently drape over her décolletage.
Decolletage. We love the word.
That's a
decolletage
great
on
word.
here.
That's a
Yeah,
great
you
word.
really do.
Because you looked up Ebeneezer and you didn't look up Mehitable,
Okay, I'll look up Mehitable.
and she seems like the real.
Oh, I can just click on her name
her
here.
Wikipedia page.
Oh, it's not linkable.
She's probably not going to have a.
She's
picture
Mehitable,
also.
but she's not malinkable.
Wow.
That was a good one.
It
I'm
was.
gonna,
sounds like,
you know what? There we go.
It sounds like Don Fleming thinks she's Mehitable too.
This is her.
She's
probably
kind of old.
in her later stage of life. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But you know what?
Gosh.
But if
Sorry, she doesn't look like how you wanted her to look. All right.
Well, 1700s, do they get that old that often? If you're helping, like,
Oh, she's-
in the Revolutionary War.
Oh yeah, no, you lived.
that's
you lived a long
that's a
time.
picture of her at age 16. That's just what 16-year-olds looked like back then.
All that reading by candlelight,
Yeah. It was a rough life back then. Churning butter, it really aged as a person.
You have to carry a chamber pot with you.
Yeah, just to get to the bathroom.
in a concentric circle around your house, 300 rooms deep to get to the upstairs.
It's exhausting to
Yeah.
exist back then.
You have to close the heavy fire door.
Yeah.
It's
Lock
shutting
yourself
randomly
in.
on you.
So, Lauren and her team is sweeping for electrical interference because they don't want any, false readings on their meters.
They're shipping for electrical Confederates.
Yeah. Infederants?
Have you not seen that? No. Oh, it's like a copy pasta. I forget who it was originally, but like people do it about like NBA players, and they'll be like, "I met Chris Paul at the supermarket, and I said like, oh hey, I didn't want to bother you," and then he'll be like you're doing right now, and then I tried to ask him questions, and he kept going, huh, and then he like takes a bunch of Snickers bars and tries to get them scanned, and then he tells the cashier to scan them one at a time to prevent electrical infederence, which I'm pretty sure isn't a word, and then he winked at me, and then he like tries to go through the wrong. It's like a very funny copy pasta about like I think some wrestler or something originally, but it's great.
have to link that in the Ghouly Bites because that's fun. I like that.
It's a great one.
So yeah, they're looking for confederates, and investigators Gary Middleton, who is Lauren's future brother-in-law, and then
I kind of figured that it was a family operation.
and then Kim McDonald are exploring. They're looking for signs of restless
which
spirits,
is her
or
husband's future
apparitions.
mistress.
Oh,
I'm injecting a little drama into the show.
That's why the webpage got taken
Yeah,
down.
exactly.
That's the end of the business. So with infrared video cameras, temperature gauges, and digital voice recorders set up in rooms 4, 8, and 40, and the ballroom, technology manager Cameron Peterson and technology assistant Chris Mativier take turns.
Chris does all the work on that. So. Come on.
Take turns monitoring any and all activity that might or might not be picked up by the naked eye and or ear.
Play an audio clip. Are you going to play an audio clip for us at any point? From
No.
the article? Okay. I was going to say, I have a specific request if you do ever play an audio clip, which is that you cannot tell me what you think it says beforehand.
Okay.
And you have to see if I even come anywhere close
Yeah, no,
to what the
I
fucking
think that's
fake ghost
valid.
is supposed to say.
I think that's valid. I don't like when you get the subtitles that tell
because
you
they'll
what
be
it's
like,
supposed
it
to
says
say.
like haunted house, and it's like, and you're like, wow, that's it. I did it. It definitely wasn't a jacket rubbing against a microphone with the gain turned to 155. You know?
In addition, members in teams of 2 take turns doing shifts in the haunted hotspots.
So how many fucking members? Do you have
I
on
was
their
thinking
team?
that too. My first thought was like, that's why they went out of business.
The first-
they had to pay like
The first
a team of
160
17.
ghost hunting members move in waves of 13 over the course of 12 hours.
It sounds like they have a really big team.
On the hill, 97 ghost hunters move down laterally.
Couldn't afford a spirit box though.
Yeah.
Wow. Spirit Box, awful object. Pretty good band, I think.
Yeah, that's a great band.
Great band.
Great
So,
band.
Shout out to Spirit Box.
We started that band.
It's a real band.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry, Spirit Box. If you want to listen to the show, though, you're welcome here.
Fucking Courtney's going to sue us.
While they were combing through all the recorded evidence, and evidence is in quotes.
It should be, yeah.
Lauren and case manager and director Richard Duchesneau independently experienced some spooky happenings in room 8. So Lauren
I
said,
liked when they were called the Pineapple Room. I don't know anything about room 8.
Lauren said,
I happened to look up at the mirror in the bathroom and saw a head just peek in front of the mirror.
That's you looking at
me
the mirror.
3
That's
times.
you. That's your head. You're looking in the mirror. It's your face.
3 times though.
3 times.
With a witness.
What?
Teams
Oh.
of 2.
It was the shadow of a person's head in the top of their shoulders. I couldn't see a face, it was just the shadow. So there were no discernible features. I jumped out of my chair and said some bad words.
Are those quoted?
No, but I would.
It was the N-word. she ain't saying it for a reason. She was not supposed to say that word.
That's true. She didn't. Maybe I don't know. Maybe she was just trying to be polite to the newspaper guy.
She saw a dark shape, and she, her, you know, how she really feels went out in the world. You know. Got her ass.
Richard added, I saw a torso in front of the mirror block out the light and just disappeared again. When I first saw it, I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. What actually did it for me was when it started to step back out, like stepping away from the mirror. I was like, oh, wow, that was something.
But also he only sees the torso, which means it's a really tall ghost.
Yeah,
That's possible.
So-
Or
That's
Manute
why he
Bol
was
is
so
haunting the
scared
fucking-
because it was so big.
or maybe it's floating.
Oh, maybe it's
Ooh.
the ghost from the cemetery who's guarding the gates, the 8-foot tall guy.
Oh.
He was on vacation,
Yeah.
and he's really tall. And he was like, I just saw his floating 8-foot tall torso.
What do you think determines whether or not a ghost is able to float?
I love when we
Can
get
they
into the rules.
turn
That's a
it? Can they turn
great
it on and
question.
off, or are they? Is it innate?
They actually, the reason hauntings occur only so often is because normally they're like floating into the Earth's crust, and then every like 200 years they reemerge in the exact spot where they should be, and that's why they come back out.
That's actually
That's why you can't prove
good,
it.
That's
Exactly.
a great
Yeah,
theory.
they're hiding
That's
under
a
the
really
crust.
good theory. So, yeah, so that was Richard, and I have a fun little reveal about Richard later that I'll
Is
get
he
into.
in prison?
I'll spoil it. No, he's not
Oh
in
god,
prison.
come on. The embezzlement reveal on Richard would have been so fucking funny.
In addition, the 2 women in the group, Lauren and Kim, experienced something rather odd in room 40. The bridal,
suite. I remember that one.
I remembered it too.
No spatial awareness, but I can remember a number and a room name.
So back to Lauren.
I said, "Did you want to push on my leg?" And I actually heard what sounded like a giggle come from the hallway between the bedroom and the living room.
The fucking old man is giggling.
I'm telling you, she's trying to fuck this ghost.
The Colonel is giggling. You think the venerated Colonel Ebeneezer goes around giggling? That hardened man of steel.
I mean, he owned a tavern. He probably drinks.
He stared King George in the fucking face, and he was like, "Come and take my fucking country, baby. I'll fucking me and the boys will rock you." You know how many times redcoats were like, "Oh, who's in here?" And he was like, "Nobody." But and they like pointed bayonets at him, and he was like, "Nobody's in here." And there was millions of fucking brave American patriots back there. But then, whenever the British are involved, I become a fucking like Stars and Stripes person all of a sudden.
But then Lauren is like asking about her legs and stuff. He's like, "Ooh, hee."
Have you heard about how Mehitable looks? He's not straying for nothing, all right? He's interested in Lauren, you know, when Mehitable's around the corner.
10 minutes later, we went into the crawl space. I felt a freezing cold spiderweb hit my arm, and then it was gone.
It's a spiderweb girl. They don't fucking like...
It's a ghost spiderweb.
That's like a famous attribute of spiderwebs is how difficult it is to figure out what happened to them once they hit you. Have you ever walked into a spiderweb and tried to get it off you? It's like incomprehensible.
That's a good point because I walked into a spiderweb earlier today, and I was like,
dude, you can walk
get off me.
If you've ever been like to a park and walked into a spiderweb, like full morning dew covered spiderweb when you can see the web clearly, getting it off of you, you have no better luck than anything else. Like, it's incomprehensible.
And even if you're wearing glasses, it always gets in your eyelashes.
It penetrates.
It's always in the eyelashes.
It like hits your glasses and bends around them and like gets in there. Yeah.
I refuse to wear my glasses, so I've never walked into a spiderweb with glasses, but that does sound pretty
Maybe
insane.
you would walk into a spiderweb with your glasses on, but...
the part I'm concerned about is the freezing cold part. Because I've never walked into a spiderweb, even in the winter, where I've said, "Oh, that's a cold spiderweb."
If it was cold out, I very well could be a cold.
I've never walked into a cold spiderweb.
Yeah, I just don't. I think honestly, they're more active in August than spiders. Frankly, that's when they make the most webs and mate. But
I guess the ultimate test will be in the winter time. I'll have to go up into the attic and walk into a cobweb and see how.
I feel like it has to be outside.
I'm sort of guessing also that it's like an environment where it could get a little damp, and so it actually wasn't freezing cold. It was like a little cold and wet and.
Refreshing.
Yeah. Or
a nice refreshing spiderweb.
Or I guess what she's suggesting, it was a ghost spiderweb.
Yeah, I think she's suggesting it was a ghost touch, and she was just describing the feeling as a freezing.
No, I think she thought Peter Parker fucking webbed her ass up.
Despite the spooky close encounters, Lauren insists there's...
that was it?
Despite the spooky close encounters, Lauren insists
the mirror.
The mirror.
No, but the web story was just she felt the cold
leg
web. Well, but she did that just
the giggle. I will say the leg,
ghost giggle. Also, the leg story happened.
Evidence is piling up.
The leg story that might have been a flaw in the storytelling was told like in media res, like the leg had already been touched when the story started.
Yeah.
So I assume she got bumped in the leg by a ghost, but they didn't tell us that. They just like
no, they did not.
They kind of like really
I didn't cut that part out.
No,
they never touched.
I'm telling you, it was like a storytelling device that I just was like, huh? But so a web was cold. Was the tough thing she had.
Well, she's also in a crawl space.
Yeah, so. A famously like cold, weird little spot.
It's kind
where
of
webs touch you.
Despite the spooky close encounters, Lauren insists there's no reason to call an exorcist just yet.
I'm pretty comfortable saying that they're not bad. I don't think there's any reason to fear them. I think they're just letting us know that they're here and they're not going anywhere.
Don't you only need an exorcist if something is possessed?
Yes.
You get it
also,
out.
I think you can exorcise a ghost from your home, possibly.
To be fair, I think a priest looking to make a few bucks will exorcise anything you fucking want to do.
But also, ghosts are so lazy that you exorcise them once and they want to leave.
It's cute. Yeah, me buying a little, I'm trying to exercise my ghost, and I buy one of those little, like, standing desks.
Yeah.
For the ghost to work at.
And a walking pad.
Yeah, the ghost to haunt at, you know?
So that's the end of the article.
Yeah. I mean, gosh, that stuff was so harrowing that I can't imagine how anyone could ever be comfortable going there.
No, I don't want to go there.
The ghost maybe touches your leg, and sometimes spider webs are cold.
The ghost touches your leg, but you don't know if they meant to or not.
Yeah, and they never clarify. Also notably,
they just giggle.
Like, no, you think you heard giggling. To be fair, it could have been a ghost in another room giggling about an unrelated topic. It could have been like, she hears the ghost giggling and she's like, "Oh my god, he's talking about my leg," and it's actually Dawn making Maleficent giggle or whatever her name is. You know,
Maleficent.
Yeah,
Mehitable.
Yeah.
How could you forget?
He's like, "Mehitable, hey, that looks like a cool book you're reading there, huh?"
That's a fun mental picture.
I love the idea of like flirting with a ghost. To me is very funny.
So Hannah did also send me a review. on, funny enough, TripAdvisor.
Dude, TripAdvisor's got the ghost
And it's
content.
crazy. It is crazy because when you sent the article, we were going to record an episode strictly made up of TripAdvisor.
We did this episode.
Yeah, we did.
Awesome.
But you sent it before you knew that was happening. And I was like, holy fuck, that's like really.
It's because you hate the tertiary anecdotes.
I do.
You wanted the like.
I really
person.
want firsthand experiences. So
The academic source known as TripAdvisor.
the title of this review is Pretty Clean But Haunted. And it that like
2 out of 3 ain't bad, bro.
it kind of reminded me of the I Think You Should Leave skit. I don't know, Hannah, if you've ever watched I Think You Should Leave. The one where Bob Odenkirk is like, he's talking about his wife and he's like, she's beautiful, but she's dying.
She's dying.
But she's gonna be okay. And it's just like these weird contradictions. It's pretty but clean, but it's haunted. But it's gonna be okay.
Also, it's very hard to make something that's 200 years old clean.
Yeah. Right. They're like permanently dirty by the nature of of accumulation. I do like when the TripAdvisor review is like gonna talk about a ghost experience that's really weighing on them heavily, but also they're like, food was really good.
Well, you got to give the full review.
Food was good. Like they're all of the stuff that I actually give a shit about staying in a hotel. They're like, oh, that was all fine. Anyway, the demons.
TripAdvisor is not your ghost blog. This is a place for people to talk about wherever you went.
TripAdvisor might as well be a fucking ghost blog. I don't know what else it is.
This one, I did try to see, I did a little deep dive. I tried to find some other reviews too that said like haunted or ghost. A lot said Ebeneezer, but it was just talking about Ebenezer's Tavern.
Yeah, like the rooms.
So this is really the only one that like talked about an actual experience. One was like, my kid said they saw a ghost, and like
Your kid's a liar and also an idiot.
I can't tell a
kid's
story
a
about
fool.
my kid said this.
Well, children are more attuned to the paranormal.
That's such a good point.
Also, I might have made that up.
No,
So.
that's true.
Yeah, no, but I
don't have any skepticism.
I've been getting in the habit of saying that kind of shit. So like, if someone brings up like a cat, I'll be like, cats are actually more sensitive to ghosts. And like, I don't know if people believe that. I'm sure they do, but it's just funny to say.
I feel like cats are generally spooked by everything. So
Cats also have senses that humans don't.
Right. That's like dogs have
Same with dogs.
dogs have different rods and cones, so they can see ghosts.
Well, they can smell ghosts.
what do you think ghosts smell like?
It depends on the ghosts, what they smell like, because some ghosts smell like cigarettes. And others,
What does Ebeneezer
Yeah.
smell like?
I was gonna say, I
Ebeneezer
want to know.
definitely smells like tobacco pipe. And
We should
maybe,
ask Don Fleming what Mehitable smells like. She smells like rosemary.
Still
my
think about her to
favorite
this
smell.
day.
Oh, she smells like the summer rain.
So this pretty clean but haunted review was written by BLF, not BLM, BLF. They wrote it.
Booty loving friend. I always like to imagine that they're like weird sex accounts on TripAdvisor. All their other reviews are for like strip clubs in Atlanta, and then just this hotel.
This was written on September 11th, 2022.
They're like, this is the worst thing that's happened on this day.
And they have
2022.
Yes.
So we haven't covered this before, but I have a rule that I want to institute, kind of going forward in general. After 2010, you gotta have a video, or I don't believe you.
See, what if I saw something, I fumbled with my phone and it was gone?
Once phones are in your pocket, you can't tell anybody unless you got a video of that.
I mean, you can't really prove via video that someone was grabbing your leg.
I'm saying that I don't believe any of those. So you got to get a ghost on camera, or you're done. After 20, but 1980, sure, go crazy. Tell me the story about grabbing your leg. But after that, you better be showing me. I want to pull out the phone, point at your leg. I want to see the deformations in your leg move from nothing. You know.
Okay, you know what? That's fair.
That's my rule. 2010.
If that is your bar,
let's say
I accept it.
When did the first song by Pitbull come out on the radio? That'll be the day where you gotta have a phone. You gotta have the ghost on camera.
At least 2006.
Yeah. So once Pitbull's on the radio, you gotta have a video.
Okay.
From your Nokia Engage or whatever.
So I will say BLF does have a little bit of credibility because they have 2 contributions, not just one. That's my one rule for.
Did you look at their other?
It
ghost
can't be a
stories.
one-timer.
Is it notable?
I didn't.
Oh,
look at
okay.
the
Because
other one.
it'd be really funny if it was deranged.
It was also like a ghost thing.
Or it's like a Taco Bell, haunted Taco Bell type one.
They gave this 4 out of 5 bubbles. So this review says, friends had a crazy fun wedding there. The grounds are just beautiful. The staff, friendly. The food was meh at best.
Ooh.
We loved the place overall. Our room was immaculate and the beds and pillows were great. Free included breakfast, quote unquote, is basically free coffee and the world's smallest bran muffin.
Oh, wow.
Can confirm.
Wow, that's a damn. This person's bringing the fucking heaters, man. They're not pulling any punches.
They're bringing the vibe down a little bit. I really wanted some yogurt and scrambled eggs, so that was a bummer.
Okay, well,
Laughing, crying face.
yeah. To be fair, you don't get to demand what items you get. You fucking.
I want chocolate milk.
They gave me pancakes, but I didn't want pancakes. I want waffles.
The place is really nice, interesting, and it's not run-of-the-mill. Neither are the creeptastic things that happen to us.
They said creeptastic?
They said creeptastic.
No credibility.
Just two little things. One, someone knocked on the door from inside our room as we were about to go to sleep. First, we both thought it was us imagining things, so we went back to bed, completely sober, by the way. Hubby jumped up to see if it was someone.
They were on black tar heroin, for sure. They were fucking loaded on something.
Hubby jumped up to see if it was someone outside the door, and there was no one there.
Yeah.
I will say, the one, not to bink, because I'm not trying to, but the one thing that caught my eye was a little red flag. How can you tell if it was being knocked
inside or
on from the
outside.
inside?
Also, the other bink, which again, not to bink, which I think we're supposed to say when we bink something.
Well, no, I'm supposed to say
don't want to
that.
bink. Don't want to bink here. But I'm gonna try. You don't think someone might have knocked anywhere in this 900-year-old fucking building and it traveled through the hollow wooden termite
The
floorboards?
ground was just settling.
Literally, like one beam shifted 700 feet away in the house, and every single iota of the house transmits the noise because it was made out of a single piece of a guy's tree.
Somebody knocks on like a stud in the wall and it vibrates like a guitar string for like 20 minutes.
It pings across the fucking silversmith nails made in the 1780s.
Two. Okay, this actually scared us.
That's so funny. She was like, first one was bullshit. Let's go on to the second one.
The next morning, as we laid there awake in silence, we heard what 100% sounded like a full bathtub with someone splashing and flipping around. The door to the bathroom was open, and we hadn't used the tub. It was bone dry. Love the phrase bone dry. That's one of my favorite phrases.
Very funny.
And it was not the plumbing of a neighboring guest. In fact, we could barely hear our neighbors, and we could not hear any of their plumbing. It was in our room, no doubt about it.
This is so funny.
This place is awesome, but haunted.
You
Yep, room 610, enjoy.
You don't think that maybe you're wrong about not being able to hear anything?
I'm assuming they didn't hear a single toilet flush.
That doesn't matter.
They could not hear the plumbing.
I don't care, man. This is to me is like, have you never lived in an apartment building? You just
Personally,
hear like 6 random noises, and they are different in every building, and they are whatever God has determined you will hear. You'll be like, I can't hear my neighbor's toilet, but if he puts something on the toilet, I can hear it like a bell across my entire it's a fucking weird old building, man.
Yeah, I mean, I've been.
The neighbor kid was slapping around in the tub.
I've been in dorms plenty of times, and like, yeah, if somebody like trips. It's not like it sounds like a bag of bones rattling.
It's not an even sound distribution either, which I think people have trouble with if you're like, say, an old couple who just lived in a house because houses were $10,000 in 1970 when they bought in, like yeah, and also it's just an extremely old building.
Yeah.
Speaking of hearing neighbors, this is very off topic, but the neighbor that lives across the hall from me, his name is Michael. He's very old. He's very strange. And me and my roommate were sitting on the couch once, and he let out the loudest sneeze cough combination. And Emily goes, "Michael!" really loud to the point where he could hear her.
That's so funny.
And I was like, "You cannot do that."
So funny.
He heard that. He knows that we're listening.
Was he mad?
He didn't say anything. She started yelling about The Office afterwards to try and play it off. And I'm like, He doesn't know if that was you or me. He's going to be giving me weird looks because he doesn't know which one of us tried to call out to him.
In both of your defense, old men do sneeze at 100 decibels.
Yeah. But we didn't even have the TV on at the time. And she just yelled out his name.
Yeah.
That's
You got to be careful yelling shit.
That's rough.
But anyway, so that's the kind of shit that happens that people think is ghosts.
Yeah.
It's like an old guy sneezing.
There was no one around.
I heard a thunderous sneeze. It must have been Ebeneezer sneezing the gunpowder out of his nostrils after a fight with the British.
So my favorite part about this review is actually not the review, but the response from the Publick House.
Shut the fuck up, you bitch. Like, it's just crazy aggro. You stupid bitch. We served you waffles, you idiot.
So
This is probably Mr. Glick.
oh,
this is
okay.
If I were to guess,
the
it's probably
Glickster.
him.
Oh, if he's like ghosts are bullshit. You're stupid.
Glicky Bo Bicky. So the general manager, Mr.
The
Glick,
Glickinator rolled up on her.
did not acknowledge the ghost at
Obviously
all.
not. He doesn't care about that shit at all. He's like, that's
So
fake.
he just said, "Thank you for choosing Publick House Historic Inn. We hope you had a great time at the wedding, and it thrills us that you were impressed with our lush grounds and charming accommodations. Your comments on breakfast have been noted and will be shared with the respective team. Happy travels, and we hope to see you again."
Dude, you know it's the Glickster because he's professional.
Yeah,
I
and
call him the
he
Glock.
definitely read the review.
I call Glick the Glock because he just lines up and doom, 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 just fucking lights it up.
Actually, I go up to him and I say, "Oh, what's up, my Glick clock?"
Yeah, he says, you know what I think.
Yeah,
and
you
he goes
already
on,
know.
And then he goes on TripAdvisor. He's like, I appreciate your comments. It's been noted that the grounds were a bit untidy that day because of a recent storm. I'll see to it that they're improved next time. Please enjoy this voucher for a free breakfast. You know, fucking.
More tiny muffins.
Oh yeah.
So
Enjoy a second brand muffin on me.
I did.
The Glick sent you.
I did. I wanted to do a little deep dive on whether or not there was some business interest in the fact that the Publick House is haunted.
Oh well, obviously. No, because the Glickinator has more purity than that. There's business interest in this fucking lying ghost couple coming in and being like, it was really scary on our wedding day.
So I did find a ghost hunt that's actually coming up at the Publick House. It's a paranormal investigation.
Open the
and dinner.
Patreon.
Yeah, I guess we got to do it. It's at the Publick
Should
House.
we
and
crash their ghost hunt?
We should.
Let me show you how a real investigator does it.
It's on July 14th, 2025.
Yeah, coming up soon.
I think I'm busy that weekend.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's a Monday.
A Monday?
It's
I
a
actually
Monday.
literally might be at a ghost concert.
Well, we're recording Binkers. We can't.
Yeah, but I'm going to have to move that one
I
for
guess
a
you can
ghost
do it
concert.
I guess we could do it on
In the
site.
field,
We'll do it
yeah.
on site.
I'm going to be at TD Bank North Garden seeing
so
Ghost.
we need to crowdfund $76.45
That's a lot.
A person?
for two
Oh, okay,
people.
okay, it's
Does
$30.
it
no,
include
per
food?
person.
What
per
the
person.
fuck?
I don't. Join us for dinner and a paranormal
Okay.
investigation.
Okay, you're paying for the dinner.
But so my first thought was like, what? The Publick House is putting this on?
No.
It's being hosted by two ghost hunters.
Yeah. This is some
But
upstanding members of our community.
it's possible. It's possible that the ghost hunter, the Publick House is getting a little kickback from the ghost hunters.
oh, no, they're
So-
paying for the space for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. So they might want to encourage more types of ghost hunts.
Does it say if this is like an overnight event or
No,
like
it's
just
got to be an hour.
4 o'clock on a Monday?
It is not
Like,
an
it's-
overnight event.
It's got to be
it
7
is
to 9 after dinner.
6 to 9:30.
Yeah. So dinner 6 to 7:30. Then they have to clean up. You get set up 8 to 8:45. Then you got to pack up. They are not letting you go for a fucking minute longer than they have to.
Actually, they have
An itinerary.
a brief presentation,
Yeah.
door prizes.
Oh, yeah.
Buffet dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Hands-on
prizes
investigation.
for what
that
do you
was-
think?
Oh, just like raffles and
The
and
most
so
ghost evidence?
trivia. Ghost trivia.
Most ghosts caught.
Some trivia.
in the
Hot.
building.
I
They're
honestly,
walking around mason jars.
I think it's like a raffle and some trivia.
There's a cash bar.
yeah.
Visit to the graveyard.
Yeah.
Reveal of evidence and experiences will be shared with you.
Yeah.
And discount rooms.
Yeah. This rocks. I was so right. The ghost hunting is 20 minutes of the time.
So while I was searching for like some sort of connection, because I was like, okay, what, is the Publick House doing that? I found by accident a post from the Publick House on Facebook.
Glick speaking. Ghosts are not real.
It is a picture of room 40's door.
Yeah.
And it says spooky lore. It said that room 40 might just be a tiny bit haunted. Have you stayed in room 40? Tell us your stories.
You know that fucking intern had to work Glick over for months. You're like, I'm serious. It'll
Please.
pop off on Facebook.
Please, Glicky Mobicky.
Yeah.
I need to put this out. My friends think it's cool. Well, I accidentally found a comment from Richard Duchesneau on that post.
He's from the article.
He's from the
we didn't
article.
give his name enough talk over
Was
earlier.
he the one with the 2 hats or the brother-in-law?
He must have been. No, he must
He
have.
was the guy with the multiple job titles.
Yeah.
He said was part of a paranormal group that investigated here in the early 2010s, I believe.
No.
If it was indeed this room we investigated, it was the only place that we had an experience. So my one final point that I'll make is that, One, I did find a review that said that there was a haunted garden at the Publick House for Halloween at one point.
Everything's fucking haunted
But
in the world.
I'll
you mean
chalk
like
that
a
up to
business?
Halloween.
I'm
I'll
gonna
chalk
be
that up
honest,
to
like,
Halloween.
it's one thing to be like, we're a haunted business. The business interest for me comes in when like the article is a part of the business interest, which it isn't for the hotel, but it is for the fucking ghost hunting business, unfortunately. I do think that like I sort of wonder why you wouldn't just lie more interestingly. They're trying to seem credible.
Because they're telling the truth.
Yeah.
No,
I
they're
think-
trying to
I
seem
think-
credible, and
I
it's
think they
so
believe it.
boring. Just be like, the ghost grabbed my ankle. I had a bruise, but I forgot to take a picture of it.
The ghost pulled me down the stairs.
But I got a doctor's note, and then have a fake doctor's note. I don't care. Yeah, just do something. Fucking.
I was trying to go up the stairs, and the ghost kept pulling me back
like,
down.
They looked in a mirror, but they saw a shadow, which makes you feel like it was their shadow behind them.
The lighting is pretty terrible.
Yeah, and it makes me
Yeah.
feel like a lot of times they like have a light source, they don't realize it's a light source, and then they're like, it's dark in here, so I won't see a shadow. But they actually are seeing a shadow of themselves.
That's true.
In the mirror. That kind of thing.
Unfortunately, I am immune to being tricked by light sources, as you can see by the beautiful lighting of this set.
Yeah. Hold on though. So the ghosts were Ebeneezer.
And Mehitable.
His wife only to Don. Don's the only guy who mentioned Mehitable. For
That
the
is
record.
true.
And then maybe a child who plays in the bath and giggles when he gets a little
I
horny
think
and grabs
I
your
think
leg.
that was Ebeneezer.
I think that was Ebeneezer.
Ebenezer's in the
he's
bath
Just, he's just a little drunk going to bed
He's
after
slapping around in the bath.
a long
You've
night
been
in the
kind of accusing-
tavern.
First of all, you've
He's
been
a
very
horny old man.
You've been very gentle around the men you worked with, but not around Ebenezer, who might have been an upstanding
Because
gentleman.
he's a horny old perv. He didn't get any action during the war.
He's gonna come-
Mehitable closed up shop 60 years ago.
We're gonna go there, and I'm gonna not be haunted, but you're gonna be haunted by Ebenezer being like, "Fuck you, man! I wasn't horny. I'm a good Christian
My wife
man.
was beautiful.
I fought King George, and my wife was beautiful."
So it's time to get into the Bink scale.
Wow,
For a reminder,
already, huh?
1 means that there's no ghosts, fully binked. 10, there's too many ghosts. We can't bink them all. It's unbinked, bonked.
No, 10 means we're
Well,
gonna
bonked now means horny. So
Yeah, no,
we can't do bonked anymore.
10 means there's a lot of ghosts, and we're gonna bink them. We got 10 binks ready to give them because we could bink anything. I feel like.
I don't understand.
We haven't binked yet, but I feel like we could bink a single ghost. If we found 1,000,000 ghosts, we could bink them all.
I think 10 means that ghosts are real.
Okay, I suppose.
It means we're going to bink them all.
And so if 10 means ghosts are real, 9 means they're not real.
10 means that ghosts are real, and that means we gotta boink them.
Oh, we're boinking now.
You put out the 2 fingers for that.
Boink. So I'll start with our lovely guest Hannah. Where on the scale do you feel these stories land, or just either in general or separately? Maybe just general.
So Dawn's story brings it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Out of 10, I would say like a 5 could go either way.
Okay.
The ghosts could be like, lodged in the original wooden beams and still, seeping their way out. Enough people have said that things have happened, and like the 911 calls, things slamming, and all of the water stuff, like a lot of water stuff has been heard in the bridal suite and by Mr. BLF.
BLF, yeah.
BLF also heard water stuff, so...
I will say water channels a lot of paranormal activity.
That's I wish I had said that as a bit. That's true.
I'd have to agree, Hannah. I'm going. Ooh, there was a shadow sighting, and I contractually am obligated to believe any sort of shadowy figure.
Oh, you're a shadow figure person?
Well, I had that experience in
So
my
that's
own
made you
house
a shadow
when I was a
figure
kid.
person?
So I have to,
Was it in a mirror?
No, it was at the top of the stairs. Yeah. Yeah, I said I'm not going up there, and they were like, "You have to go to bed." And I was like,
I'm gonna like one day one of our projects is we find a staircase and we light it weirdly and just try and make a shadow person appear, because I feel like there's something about stairs.
we could try. That'd be some fun.
Because Lizzie
content.
Borden's mother was a Samus Metroid ball that rolled up the stairs,
and
then became a shadow woman. So
I'm gonna say 6 because I do think like the 911 call. There's no explanation for that. That yet.
someone called 911, was drunk and forgot.
and ran away.
Yeah, or also like the phone's fucked up.
The splashing, the water, very spooky.
Yeah. That old woman told you she knew it wasn't the pipe somehow. She did a pipe survey of the entire building.
that story didn't convince me, but the concept did. The concept did. And then honestly, Mehitable being bad as fuck. That's at least worth 2 points.
I guess that you've been consistent that when you get horny, you give a higher bank scale.
She's an intelligent ghost too, okay?
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Very literate.
When my ghost has G
she
cups
can
and reads a
read.
book, and I'm like, wowza.
And then no, I don't know.
Wuthering
just,
Heights, ooey,
like
ooey.
none of the haunts were all that sensational.
I know, that's what
And-
sucks,
But
man.
that's the part that makes me go, well, okay.
That's
I
like-
think I could buy that.
Doesn't that...
It's
So-
more boring for sure.
No, but like, and everything's fake anyway. So at least
Yeah.
make up something interesting rather than being like, I heard a pan clink. Like, wow, man.
honestly,
Me
I'd
too, brother.
appreciate both. So for Killian,
Oh, wait, 2. I'll give it a 2. One because there's no ghosts, but 2 because there's a demonic spider who makes freezing cold webs and is trying to kill human women
and
So
touch
I
their
think-
legs.
I think he just didn't have enough time to build this giant web, but he was gonna
okay.
suck the juice out of her like a big spider. So a 2 for the demon spider. Again, Binkflation is real. But this is a oneer for me, obviously in reality. But in the world of the Bink scale, it's a 2.
Yeah.
the spider demon.
No, I always appreciate the Binkflation score.
Yeah.
That's it for this episode of Ghost Binkers. I want to thank our junior Binkers for listening. You can follow us on social media at Ghost Binkers everywhere but Facebook. You can email us, ghostbinkers@gmail.com. Hannah did it, and she ended up on the show. Not saying that's going to happen to you, but I'm not saying it's impossible.
Every single one of you can join the show.
Share a story with us, request a story, argue with us, mostly Killian. I'm on your side. I'm your friend.
Well, what? No. If you're like me, you can argue with all the fools who say that ghosts are spiders that are cold.
Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. 5 stars is our favorite review. Anything less than that, just send us an email instead.
We get less favorite at each half star they go down.
Yeah.
So like 4.5, we're fine with it, I guess. But every single thing below that, we're really pissy.
And lastly, thank you to the article of this
Yeah.
Mr. Craig.
Craig
The article of this
of this
episode.
Okay. Of this topic. The author of this article,
Craig Seaman.
Thank you to Craig Seaman for writing his article, and we'll link that in the spoosy specimens. The spoosy, but thank you, Craig, for writing your article. We'll link it in the spooky specimens. And last thing, tell a friend about the podcast. We'll catch you on the next episode. Peace. I'm just gonna start the outro over again because I think we'll just
need a fresh one at home.
we'll just cut that. We'll cut out the part where I started it prematurely, like Ebeneezer. Thank you, Junior Binkers, for listening to this episode.
Like Ebeneezer. Prematurely. What are you suggesting about my fellow?
I'm saying Mehitable is probably bad as fuck. He can't.
First of all, you think the man who looked in the whites of the eyes of the British soldiers charging at him and shot them all dead would quiver in the face of one wonderfully endowed woman reading Emily Bront novel or whatever?
How do you think he survived? He shot a little early. And that's our podcast.
They did have children, so confirmed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you had to back then.
That's it for this
The
episode.
condoms were tobacco and sheepskin rolled together.